Get him out.
Get the asshole out. Get him out now.
Now, what do we want? When do we want it? Now. Why? Beast don't live in Glasgow.
He can't
Get them
be dead.
fucking out.
Get him out. He's a fucking beast.
Well, you know, guys, they ain't right. They ain't wrong. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? And like people watching, they're like, oh, you know, you're probably thinking, oh, this is silly, but it's true.
No, I'm from Scotland, so and I've got grandkids and that, and Snapchat. So this is why I'm all about getting them off the app.
Yeah, get him off the app, and everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows
Daniel Sloan for Airdrie won't be there much longer.
Smoke. He brings the Belfast people in to get the money. That's all it is. He doesn't give a fuck about no one.
Scotland says no to beasts.
So does Belfast.
No peace, no rest.
I think we all say no to be honest. You know, Scotland and Belfast, you're not on your own. It's 99.9% of the people on TikTok and, you know, in the whole that say no to beast, you know what I mean? Eddie, Seba, Jay and Kevin, because they haven't spoken yet. Sorry, guys.
Right, I'll let
it's no problem.
I'll have a say in 5 minutes.
Hello, Miss
Hi,
Red.
Kevin.
All I was going to say, all I was going to confirm is that you're right in what you're saying about should you expose them or shouldn't you. I mean, I only ever heard about this guy maybe a week or so ago, listening in your live when people were talking about him, you know what I mean? So it's like, are we advertising him, like, you know what I mean, in that sort of sense? But I don't know the answer, you know, if he's a wrong un, he's a wrong un.
So, just to clarify, Kevin, you only knew who he was from coming in this live?
Well, yeah, really, I did, yeah.
See what I mean, guys? So obviously what we're doing in these rooms is working, you know, so it's proof that it's working.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's, you know, I'm not saying it's not worth but what I'm saying it's like, and because of that, I went over and went to his live to see what you know, what it was all about, sort of thing, you know what I mean?
And what did you think when you went in there?
Well, I didn't really, he was just battling at the time in boxes, and, you know, I was only there for probably about 20 minutes or so and then come out again, but, you know what I mean? So I'd never heard, you know, I didn't see anything that he was doing wrong at that time. I'm not saying that he ain't a wrong one or nothing, far from it. But what I'm saying is that I would never have known about the guy. And by me going into his live, you know, sort of helps him out a bit, if you know what I mean. Maybe, I don't know.
So can I ask you a quick question, Kevin? Yeah. The second you heard about it and all the bad things, by the way, I'm not calling you out on this. I want to learn. What was it that made you went, I'm going to go have a look at this? Was you expecting to see bad stuff yourself, or? Well,
yeah. I mean, and if need, you know, if I'd have seen bad stuff, him, whatever, you know, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, because obviously, from what you people have been saying, you know, it's totally wrong. The guys are wrong, and you know, and I don't disbelieve anything that's being said. You know, far from it. So, but you know what I mean? You're just, I don't know whether you call it, I don't know what you call it, being nosy or what, but you go and see for yourself, don't you? You know, just, I think that's just a natural thing, but, you know.
So what's something that me and Miss Red could say, do you reckon that would make you think, I don't even want to go in there? Or do you think that's not possible?
Well, yeah, I suppose,
it's not possible. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I know exactly what you're saying, Bruce, and I agree with you 100%. I don't know, really. I mean,
it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I would go. You know, if I went in there and he was doing whatever he was supposed to be doing that's wrong or whatever, I'd love the opportunity to, you know, make a comment in his boxes and whatever and say to him, you're a wrong, and you know what I mean? You're a fucking whatever.
Yeah. Oh, so I'll get you, yeah.
But you know, I'm not accusing anybody here at all from being wrong and exposing him. It's just that all I'm saying is I only found out through like listening. You know, it might not be here. I've got to find out from some other.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just wanted to take advantage of someone who's never heard of him before to see if there's anything we could do. But
that's right. No, I mean, believe me, if I knew the answer to that, wouldn't it be fantastic? Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Miss Reid.
Guys, sorry, darlings. Obviously, the comments are going crazy. They wanted Ash in. Ash has kindly come into the room. I just want to hear what Ash has got to say. I'm sorry to everybody that's been waiting in the boxes.
I'll drop down. Thanks very much, Miss Reid. I'll drop down.
Thank you, Kevin, for coming in, darling.
No problem. Thanks very much. Thanks, Bruce. See you later.
Cheers, Kevin.
Hi, Ash.
We doing any good?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for popping in. Your name's been very popular in the chat. So I want to hear what you got to say. We all do.
In fairness, it's not what I've got to say. It's what screenshots I've got. Obviously, I understand some people haven't seen the screenshots, what I've got between him and Sophie and whatnot. Some people will have. Obviously, me and Bruce have had a... Me and Bruce
But there you are, hello.
I've had a big live stream over it, but
Yeah.
there will be some people that haven't seen them.
Oh, these ones. Yeah.
And obviously, with me being poorly, I'm going to try and not speak as much as what I could try and
So, can I ask the question?
Mm-hmm.
Has he been charged from taxing the underage kid?
I don't know, darling.
Don't know.
But
I don't know.
On this anyway, pedos follow pedos. End of. Why would you go and support a pedo that's taxing kids?
See? Everybody knows, Ash knows. See, listen, guys.
Baffles me.
So,
Spank me for the likes of to go in someone from the likes of England, Northern Ireland to send loads of gifts. Why send him the gifts? Because he's getting half of them.
Yeah, it's true.
He's making the most money. That's all he's there for.
Yeah.
these screenshots here are between Diageo and Sophie Rose, right? Just so the chat aren't saying who would they be between and stuff like that.
and these were before. This was a good few days ago, and we all know she's run straight into his box pals. So while reading, so I'm only talking this because me and Ash went over this in a live. While reading these,
I'll let Bruce do the talking for me here.
all right,
Bruce, you
bro.
do the.
So these are the conversations and how Diageo talks to Sophie. This was on Xmas Eve. Was that when it was? Yeah, but while reading these guys, please just think, literally last night they were sending each other unis. If anyone spoke to you like this, would you dare send them a uni? So what's going on?
Can I just ask a question though, Ash, Bruce?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, these are between Sophie and Diageo. Ash, how have you got hold of these?
Sophie Rose leaked them.
I've been sent these from Sophie.
Right, so she's seen her arse and sent you the messages.
Yeah, and then gone back to his boxes and whatnot. Obviously, I understand. I still see some comments saying it's old news, blah blah blah. Obviously, yeah, you might have seen them, but there's others that haven't. I understand that.
Jump to the next Ash, I reckon. Yeah, there's a few. But I just don't get it. I don't get how someone, like me personally, if someone ever spoke to me like that, they're out my life. They're out my life.
Yeah, guys, the best thing to do if you can't read it, screenshot it if you're having trouble reading it, and then when the live's finished, read through what you're seeing, from what you're seeing basically. I have seen these on the FYP.
There's only a certain amount on the FYP as well, though, Miss Red, you know that.
Actually, I haven't seen these ones. It was where she was saying, "Don't message me anymore. Don't message me anymore." I haven't seen them.
Yeah. But can I jump in your box battle, please? What did she do to upset him? The problem is with a man like that, she actually, I hate saying this because it sounds like I'm defending her, but she probably didn't even do anything wrong, to be honest. She probably picked herself over him for once, and this is how narcissists react when you pick yourself over them, because they believe they're so important and so amazing they can't even bring themselves to believe that someone's going against them. Like, look how much he's messaging in a row. That's anger. That's pure anger. And she's literally just saying, stop calling me names. Like, now you have your whole life to punish me. That shows what type of man he is, because he's obviously only been punishing her over and over behind the scenes. But then if she didn't only care about money, why is she back in his box battles and helping him grow again?
Bruce, can I just step in there? Sorry, Miss Red. I've got a second on that. With narcissists, it's their characteristics. They love bomb, and you feel like you're the best thing in the world. He'll put her on a pedestal, and then he'll chop her down as soon as she challenges it. And this is what narcs are like, and the fuel that they get from people talking about them. They don't see it like we do. They see it as, oh, I'm going to get bigger. And I see the conflict that Miss Red's in, because she's pointing out that he's on 6+K now. And, you know, and by not talking about him, he's not getting the fuel. However, by talking about him, he's showing awareness. Like that guy came in earlier and he said, I wouldn't have known if you hadn't talked about it. But yeah.
He's all about the money. He can't go on last night on his way soon. Get the Belfast ones in, good support. That's all he is. He's a money grabbing cunt.
Yeah.
Most of the people on this app are only on it for the money. Why not just come on, have a good chat, be yourself? Fuck the money.
I've seen a few people comment now, and I can see it in the chat. Now, I'm not obviously on his side at all, but there's a lot of people that want to know why now that you're revealing messages and what he's like. I'm just answering for people that are in the comments asking, like, why has it took till now when everyone was already aware of his behaviour beforehand?
Because she was sucked in and love bombed, and then she had to reveal it because...
No, I mean like the moderators and stuff. That's what
Oh, right. Sorry, Jay, yeah.
No, that's all right.
There were actually like black and good moderators, good gifters from Belfast that was gifting the likes of Johnny last night and Megan. Because they were saying about your other woman as girl. What do you call the other girl that was up the top corner? I forget her name. The blonde one. Not Sophie. Rami. Yeah, Rami was gifting herself. Rami.
Yeah. Was that question for me, Miss J?
Just anyone who was an ex-mod. Yeah, Ash. Just any ex-mod. I'm not getting at you, by the way, because I'm for you lot, you know. But I just want, there's a lot of people in the comments just saying, yeah, but why now? Like when he was already a cunt beforehand.
To be fair, do you know what? You don't understand the lies that the guy tells, man. He can't keep up with his own lies.
Yeah.
And obviously he's been caught out on it numerous of times. That's the reason I've left.
Do you know what it is for me? Like when it all come out about the DV and stuff and everything was coming out, like I just in a way, I think, right, I love that you're exposing him for what he actually is and whatever, and I'm so glad that you have seen the light and walked away. But I just feel like during that time, did any of you actually think, oh my god, like this is actually true, and you just stayed, sort of thing?
I didn't think that, to be fair. We've
Ash, I'm not being smart, and I think you're amazing for coming out in the end. But you did support that person, and you knew exactly the type of person he was. You knew what he'd been through. You knew you knew everything. Do you know what I mean? And you still sat there. So what for you, in the end, made you see the light? Does that make sense?
It was just, to be fair, I'm not too sure, you know.
Ash, I can answer for you. Sorry,
because you did sit there for a very, very long time.
See, I get it. See, me and Ash have had phone calls, and I think it's hard for him to explain, but an outsider point of view gets it. But so for a long time, Ash admitted he was like, I'm unsure of this. So it went from, I just want to support someone, I like what this is about, getting it done. And then it started going to, I'm unsure. And then eventually, like Ash said, you can't keep up with lies. Eventually, you will literally trip yourself up. And there was literally a point where Ash said, I just realised it was all lies.
Okay,
And then,
okay, Bruce. But at the same time, he did sit there for months upon months, knowing every single accusation that was said, knowing the full situation, and now you're supporting him, Bruce, in a way, to be fair, because you're supporting what he's saying. And look, it's all well and good coming out with all these messages now. I'm just saying that these were all out ages ago, months ago. And
Guys, I'm just going to drop a few people and get a few people in, and I'll get you back in the box. Is that right, Nathan? I'll get you back in, darling. And also, Sarah, I'll get you back in the box. All right, guys?
so just quickly to that point, the only thing I don't want to do, I don't want to start punishing people who become an ex-mod.
No. That's not. I'm not getting at him, Prue. Sorry, I was just there was.
Yeah,
comments
because it's just if there's
not
anyone
about
else
punishing,
watching.
though. It's nothing to do with punishing. Nobody's punishing anybody.
Oh no,
What
no,
I'm
I know
saying
that.
is,
I know we're being
Bruce, you're,
fair.
You're like all for Ash, which is, and that's fair enough. But what I'm saying is, he did know, and has known for a very, very long time what this man was capable of, what he's done, and what he's capable of.
But do you know what
I
I
mean?
mean? Breath, Mel, like he's actually, that it couldn't have been easy, let's be honest. I know we can all say, oh, I would have done this and I would have done that. There's a lot of times where I've, found myself in situations where I've in the past thought, oh no, if that happened to me, I would have just said, fuck off or whatever. But when it gets to that point, you never know what you're actually going to do until you're in that situation. Now, obviously, you need to also remember that at the time,
when you're in a situation though, and you're in that mod chat, and you're watching every single message that comes through, you have this proof of messages that are being sent directly from Sophie Rose, clearly. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying,
like how clear it can get.
You have to remember as well that Ash and the other mods say there was about 5 of them that walked away at the time. You need to remember how many people are in that Discord. I'm pretty sure Bruce, Miss Red, you all know as big creators as well what trolls are like and how awful they can make you feel. So you've got to think 5 people against thousands. Do you know what I mean? They probably did feel a bit intimidated, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have enabled it.
Intimidated, and you're going to let, I'm not being smart. Like, intimidated by who?
Well, obviously it's a lot of people, isn't it?
Gang mentality.
I couldn't give, it doesn't matter how many people is there.
But by the way, don't get me wrong, I totally get your point as well. I do get your point because there's always going to be things, for example, if you stick around for too long. I do totally get it.
Intimidated by who? And then we're all having this conversation about this one person. And you're going to say then that you could be intimidated by this person.
By him, Mel, but you know what he's like. He's very much mob mentality. He's very much like that, and he seems to think in his warped little mind that
and I get that.
Like he is the shit on this app. He thinks that he is the dog's bollocks and no one else is better than him.
Well, he thinks he is though.
Because of this.
Because of this
every morning.
Yeah, but you can't.
Sorry, guys. Cockapoo. You press the box again, Cockapoo. Sorry, go on, guys. Go on, Dan. You were speaking.
Because of this every morning. Every
one
morning,
person.
You've got 5.6
how the fuck would you let that one person intimidate you?
It's not the one person, Mel. I mean, it's the other people to follow. So he's just one person, but he gets everybody to do his dirty
who the
work
fuck are
for
the
him.
other people? The other people are nobodies. So why would you let those other people?
No, but sometimes people are just easily intimidated.
Okay.
Just because me and you went, Mel, it doesn't mean that Ash wouldn't feel that way. I'm sure he didn't feel that way, but maybe one of the girls felt that way. If he had said something, then it would have impacted on, one
Ash
of the girls.
is a grown-ass man that has a family for himself. I'm not being smart. As we all do. I have my own little family. Everybody does.
Listen,
you don't, there is no need, though, for anybody to intimidate you through a screen on an app for nobody. Like, how could you be intimidated?
Ash, I'm going to interrupt you, love. I think we've heard you, and I think there's probably a lot of people that agree with you. There's just a different point of view on it. This is Whinge Wednesday. You've had a good crack at it. There's a lot of people talked about, the beast. But at the end of the day, people are going to choose and do what they want to do. And
Yeah.
I agree with you. There are situations where you question why now. Why at this point? But people just come to a realization at different stages. I personally have heard enough about him, frankly, and I think that whilst there's a balance with regards to spreading awareness, there's also that other thing that tips it over where, the mob mentality just go in to see if there's going to be a car crash and what shit he's going to send to Sophie. And for me, I think that unless there's new information, we should just go, these people are just going to continue to do what they're going to do. More people are going to fall by the wayside, but I'm fucking done with it.
Yeah, this is happening this whole of TikTok now is the Sophie and Diageo show. The whole of TikTok are just, look, there's 5.6k people. The one thing I've learned since been on TikTok is it doesn't matter what people post about you. I enjoy people posting bad shit about me because you know what? Some sensible people or some people who don't know you make their own decision. It doesn't matter what you sit here and say. They will make their own decision. Trolls actually help you stay relevant on the app and people talking about you. Look, 5.6k people talking about you. They think they're famous. They love all this. And then when they're in the boxes supporting it, they're like, oh, look at all these people. It's fucking boring. It's been going on for months now. And everybody's, they're staying relevant on the app. If everyone just shut up and didn't even mention it, no one would give a fuck about them.
Melissa, darling, Melissa, can I just, do you know what, Dan? This is what I was thinking today. Are we actually doing more harm than good? Do you know what I mean? And this is why I was like catch-22. If you don't speak about it, you're not spreading awareness. But by spreading awareness and having so many people in the room, you just, it's making them so relevant, and the whole of TikTok just becomes the Diageo and Sophie show. But it's really, really hard. Do you get what I'm saying?
Two of the most this is a guy who does box battles, right? And two of the most before all of this child stuff and whatever else, two of the most irrelevant people on the app. Two of the most boring, Sophie had 30, 40 people in her life. Diageo used to beg me to get in his box battles. Oh, DG. Two of the most irrelevant people on the app have now become the most relevant because every fuck is talking about them. And I sometimes think, are they leaking stuff on purpose to freshen it up? It's like watching the soaps. You're watching Coronation Street or whatever, and you're like, oh, the next storyline. Just don't talk about them. Let them do the thing, and everyone's like, who the fuck's that? Like, do you know what I mean?
Can I say, to back that up, I literally think that with the texts Ash has just shown, why would someone, because Sophie Rose leaked them herself, I've even thought in my head, is this a script? Is this something else they've done to get all over the FYP? So in a sense, I do think they're doing that as well.
Though, why is Ash all of a sudden leaking messages? And Bruce, you're supporting him, let's be honest.
Yeah, but Mel, at the same time, you keep saying, why are people feeling intimidated? Why do people feel intimidated? Everyone's different. Some people aren't as strong as others. Some people just want to find a place where they belong because they've been, lonely for so long. And sometimes they just think they found something they finally found.
So
and then they get suckered in.
And that low in yourself that you're going to support somebody. Okay. I don't get it. I just don't.
No, but all because everyone reacts differently. Like who should anybody be told, oh, you should not be scared of this person. Don't be scared of this person. It's up to them as individuals. Do you know what I mean? And you need to remember, in that Discord, there is over 1,000 people.
Just come on.
Oh, Jane, this is what I'm saying. No, I don't think we all come to TikTok and we all go into rooms and we all support creators and we make mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry.
We've all done it. I've done it myself. When I first come to TikTok, I used to go into Mr. UK TikTok officials room. Do you know what I mean? Until I realised what it was like. We all make mistakes on who we follow, what we participate in. Has the summer happened with the sound? Because I can't hear anything.
We can hear you.
Do you
Oh,
not
right,
think, Miss
okay.
Fred, though, that there's a
Can you hear
certain
me?
extent of
Yeah, I can
following?
hear you. Sorry, Melissa.
Do you not think that there is a certain extent of following? Like, if you're going to go that far, Ash has only recently come out, and these all, like, every single message that he has said, and proved, is only recent. But he was in those box battles for how long? A very fucking long time.
Do you know what it is now for me,
what do you want
right?
us to do, Melissa? I mean, at the end of the day, he's not. Ash's only crime is making poor decisions, bad judgment, right? And now he's come forward.
Bad judgment, but he knew his judgment before.
But he's not. He's not.
He's known the judgment.
Mel, do you know what it is for me? Like, you know when
Mel, have you ever made a mistake?
Yeah, when women are in, like, if they're in a domestic,
I've made loads of mistakes, loads.
Mel, if you just
it's a mistake
take,
on Ash's part.
so
Guys, sorry, Jay. Sorry, Bruce and everyone. Who's Cookie? Because the comments are being spammed, let Cookie in, but I'm not seeing Cookie in the box. Who's Cookie, guys? Can you let me know who Cookie is, please?
So Mel, I just want to. I know you're saying, he sat there for ages and did it. We could say that about people in domestic abusive relationships. Well, why did you stay with him that long if that's what he was doing? I wouldn't put up with that. No way. I wouldn't put up with that. But actually, until you're in that situation, you actually feel sort of ganged up on almost. Or like you've got fuck all else, or you've got a few friends, but not enough to match that army. Sorry, Mel, I'm not finished, sorry. Or unless you feel like you've got only a few people on your side and they've got much more support than what you've got, you automatically assume that they're going to win hands down every time because they've outnumbered you. But whereas now they've come forward and they've said, listen, I fucked up. I did enable it. Yes, I did sit in boxes, but do you know what? I've made the decision now to walk away from this cunt and I'm going to stand by it and I'll run with it and I won't keep my mouth shut. And that's why we can't, I'm not saying they're victims, then I wouldn't go as far as saying victims like Ash. I'd say that they made shitty decisions and ran with something that was big at the time. Obviously, that they've now realised that actually he's a cunt.
Yeah.
And that can happen at any time. Like, no one should have an expiry date of when you can or cannot say that people are now a cunt. Do you know what I mean? It's up to you and when you learn from that. And no one else can tell you different.
Exactly that. Yeah, and you can't punish people for deciding to come forward or else no one else will ever want to come forward.
Guys, can I just quickly speak so I can jump out the box? Thanks for letting me in and thanks everyone for commenting. I just want to comment on what Ash was saying because Ash is sitting riding on the coattails off of this now. He was well aware of all the evidence that was put forward about Diageo. There was a file in the Scheme Talk server, link in bio. We've been chasing this guy for months. As soon as it all came out about Jade and Becca, right, before any of the English started on him, we've been trying to out this guy. It was the Scottish that started all the protest. Ash was there while a protest was happening, and now he's acting like Mr. Innocent. And when he dropped all those messages that he's got about between Sophie and Diageo, all he could sit and say was, look at the views, oh, now we're going into a box battle, come on over to this box battle, follow us in there. He is riding off the coattails of this, and he's just as big a scumbag as him. And has he not also got charges against women for stalking? So I don't think he's best placed to be the spokesperson for all of this.
Fair point. Mic drop.
Can I ask how you know that he's got them charges?
It's all over the FYP. And we do have someone who did actually know who it was against, but I'm not releasing names. But Scotland will not stop until this guy is off the app. There is already a petition started on changes.org to get him removed from TikTok. And yes, people will flock to his box battles and watch him. I myself have been guilty. I've been under the spell of a narc, a gaslighting bastard like him. People want to see his downfall. People want to see him and Sophie interacting so they've got stuff to talk about. It's news on the FYP, it really is. But at some point, we're all going to have to pull back because until this prick gets to jail, he's not going anywhere. He's staying at the top.
Can I just say, please, like as a thing, you can't really use FYP as stone cold evidence because clips are
yeah, we know that, DG, because there's a lot of stuff about a lot of people on there, yourself included.
I just think with FYP, fucking hell, like, it could be someone who hates you. Like, you just got to make, like, don't just judge from the FYP. I'm not saying, like, you know, it isn't true or it is, but don't use the FYP as...
We're not daft, DG, we're not daft.
Yeah.
But that's all I just wanted to say. Thanks for letting me in. And watch Ash, because he's riding on the coattails of this and he's loving the views and the gifts that he's getting for it. So he's just as bad. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Cookie. I've just noticed Ash has gone. Did Ash want to come back in? Because I don't want this to kind of like feel like a gang up. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't really know much about the Ash and everything situation, so I don't know.
Just to point out with the FYP, I ain't seen none of this. What everyone's talking about. So. But I will go off my own interactions with him, with Ash. And I haven't seen any of this. I haven't seen any real evidence of this. For example, for Diageo, you can literally jump.
You've seen every bit of evidence. Why are you...
On who? On Ash?
You've seen everything.
What, on Ash?
Well, this took a turn anyway, didn't it? Jesus Christ.
Did you support him, Wayne? Did you used to support Diageo or something?
Who, me? No, I've never been in with Diageo. I'm saying all the stuff I just heard about Ash. I haven't seen it. I've never been in Diageo's box battles or anything.
I've never seen the lad to myself, to be honest. As I say, like when I blocked this, for me now, like obviously you haven't heard me speak about it in fucking months now. I took the piss out. The last time I think it went on was the last time I took the piss out when I did a box battle, but since then, now it's just, for me, it's just boring. I'm bored of hearing it. I'm bored of talking about it. I'm bored of seeing his face. Like, I blocked him ages ago, and now I won't go and snoop in his lives, and I won't give him the view, and I won't talk about him because I won't give him not saying the clout. He gets his fucking clout from here. But in my opinion now, I just think fucking everyone should just stop making it the Diageo and Sophie show in the morning, and then people go over, because even people are still watching. Even if they're not gifting, it's still giving his algorithm, which is still people watching from the FYP.
Yeah.
Still people watching in his live. Like, that keeps his views on like 1,000. They might just get caught up in that. They like watching one of the other people in the box, but then they'll support them, and he's still getting support. It's still benefiting him. All this is still benefiting him, because then people are going to watch. When I don't like someone, I just won't watch him.
I block them, so I don't even get a choice. Yeah.
Oh, great. I just want to say, like, this is what, when I woke up this morning and I was thinking about this whole situation. Like, that's what I'm saying. Are we actually doing more harm than good? Do you get, this is what I was saying this morning, and like Dan's saying the same thing. But when I do my FYP news, as soon as these boxes are open, I don't control where the conversations go. It's what people want to speak about. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, it's such a hard situation, and for the first time, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's best.
I've just come on to say, I know everybody's saying keep making awareness, but I totally agree with Dan there. That's what it's getting made about on this show in the morning. Everybody's expecting you to talk about him. They're expecting you to talk about him, and all you're doing at the end of the day is giving him all the clout that he needs and a little bit more.
Everyone in here right now, block him.
Bruce, will you just check if Ash is all right? Because
I've dropped him a text. He hasn't replied. This is the one thing I didn't want to happen. I didn't want people who are, going to come out and actually show what's going on to then run and hide because everyone goes at them. That's the one thing I didn't want.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, no matter when someone comes out about someone, it shouldn't matter. At the end of the day, they've done it and they've spoke out. And I feel like, if anything, I don't think we should punish people for it. But the thing is, Pearl, like, I agree with what you said about and you, DG, but do you know how many inboxes and nasty messages Donna gets just because she doesn't talk about something on the FYP? So if she
fuck them. Fucking hell. Do you know how many nasty messages I get a day?
The
And guess
message
what I
that
do?
she gets saying, "Oh,
Listen here, my J. Donna has to make a stance. It's her show. She'll speak about. It's not like she doesn't fucking speak about him because every single day gets a mention. And of course, he'll be putting the trolls up to target people about this. But that's what he's wanting, and everybody's playing into his fucking hands.
Probably his backup accounts that are fucking messaging her saying, "Why are you not talking about Deidre and Sophie?" Because he's fucking thinking he's irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I just don't know what to do for the best. I mean, because like
blackout.
Yeah, Deirdre blackout.
But then I don't want to think, look, because obviously we've got a lot of Scottish people in here and they love the whole movement of bringing awareness. So I don't want, you know.
Even if it was once every fortnight, say, right, once a fortnight, I'll give you the update, what's happening, end of, that's it. We're not making him more relevant than the little rat is.
Cut him out. Not even that. Stop talking about him.
Well,
like,
if it was me, I would. But I understand where Donna's coming from. She's getting the people that comes on to find out about that. But me, personally, I would just cut him out, end of. And if you stop the air to something, they'll shrivel up and fuck off.
Literally, exactly that.
Yeah.
They're like piles. Stick a laddy band round them.
Me piles, you've had to bring me piles into it.
Me piles.
I just
think
new information. Sorry, Red.
No, go on, Cockapoo, sweetheart.
I just think if it's new information, and if people are coming in regurgitating the same stuff, then I understand they're passionate about it, but actually it just plays into his hands. So I think anything that's brand spanking new, so that, you know, we still create that awareness, which serves the people that are interested in making sure that he's gone, then, you know, you've got that balance then, Donna, and you can make a choice.
Well,
Sorry,
even that, Mike Cockapoo, do you not think they're going to create more drama so they're going to get spoke about? It's going to be on the app no matter what. I think.
I'm thinking more about what comes from the public domain. So I'm thinking about what comes out from the public domain, not the TikTok domain, not the shit that they create and the dramas that they're creating.
Like court cases and things. But I don't know if it's still. I really wouldn't, because look at the new people that's only followed him through. How he's been spoke about on here, and he's thriving off it, he's grown off it, and he's just been more of a fucking rat than what he was in the beginning over it.
I'm telling you now, that is actually a thing. Like, people have even said to me before, the amount of shit they've seen on the FYP and gone, like, someone said, you know, I saw you on the FYP, I thought you were a cunt, I come and watched you. And I thought, he's actually not bad, he's funny, he's made me laugh. And now they sub and gift me. So they profited me. And the same with probably many people who have said, oh, I thought you were a cunt or whatever. They've actually watched me. And it's...
Has that really happened?
I mean, I just think, like Dan, as I was saying before, us, you know, I hate referring for myself as a creator, but we do get a lot of people in here watching. So obviously this has a knock-on effect of, you know, what's on the FYP. We need to come together and think about something about how we're going to, you know, move forward, because I just feel like they're just thriving off all the attention. The whole, like you said, Dan, and everybody else, the whole of TikTok is the Deirdre and the Sophie show.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, in all honesty, come on, be honesty in the chat now. Do you find them in any way? I think, honest to God, Sophie drains the fucking life. I watch her on the FYP, I think you boring cunt.
Called in Harry Potter.
Exactly.
Also, sorry, Miss Red, I can vouch for one man and his caravan.
Huh?
I can vouch. Sorry, there's one man in his caravan saying he wants to jump up. I'm saying he's a good man, he is.
I'll jump down.
Yeah, I'm going anyway. I just need to get some clout. I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Dad.
I've only got something quick to say.
Okay, Tiger. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Tiger.
Hello. Last night, trigger warning, I've got PTSD, so from being in hospital a couple of years ago. So I'm often up at night after having hospital nightmares and things, and that's when I go for a little scroll. And last night, I was just being nosy on an account that I'm not on here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I caught Diageo or Diarrhea and Sophie Hose talking about recruitment and interviewing people ready for what seems to be a multi-level marketing scheme, because he's just getting richer and richer. No one else is winning, are they? It's always them at the top.
Yeah.
And it just absolutely stinks of an MLM. Can't speak today, sorry. But they're recruiting and interviewing people to go in as their mods and their box battles. I mean, if that doesn't stink of it, some kind of scam.
So to get in the box battles, Tiger, you got to have an interview to get in them.
Seems like it. I've got the video.
What?
I know. Or it's interviewing for the mods, I don't know, because so many leaks are happening. But the recruitment is for the box battles. And Sophie Rose was saying, aren't I good for something? And she was referring to the recruitment.
I think the reality is, though,
Someone just said the age away.
The entirety of the app is a pyramid scheme. It is a multi-level marketing business model. That's how it works. People at the bottom make money, then everybody above them makes money on top of that. So that's the reality of the situation. So I just wanted to come on quick. I need to go into Lidl and do my weekly shop, you see. But I just wanted to go on quickly because people are talking about awareness, and I consistently on this app hear people talking about awareness and saying, oh yeah, we're doing this to make awareness. I'm not insulting anybody that may do that within this box. But I think awareness is completely and utterly useless unless action is actually taken. We go on about and we talk about it, and what happens is exactly what DG was alluding to a second ago, is that you bring awareness without the action. All that awareness does is benefit the people that you are trying to bring the awareness to. So I think that if people genuinely, and this is anybody in the comments, and if people genuinely want to bring awareness to things, start taking it outside of the app as well. The only time that anything is going to be done to these people that in the real world are also horrendous human beings, the only way action is going to be taken is if we take it outside of the app and mainstream media start paying attention to it as well. And pressure is applied to the TikTok brand externally, because at the moment they can handle internal feuds. What they will do and what their marketing team will do will start looking at things and going, oh, okay, this is going to affect our brand. We don't want to happen what happened when we were Musically. So let's actually start putting things in place and processes in place to ensure that these people that really are, I mean, I feel like sometimes with the FYP news, it sometimes, and not you, Miss Red, but it sometimes downplays how horrendous some of these people are. And that's really, really dangerous, because we do have people on here that are doing horrible things to adults and younger human beings, and that needs to stop. But the only way, if anybody is trying to raise awareness, please make sure that you take it outside of the app. If it is something that is DV, or if it is something that involves children, please make sure that you're taking it to the right people externally as well, because putting it on here makes any case externally far more difficult to prosecute. Yeah. That's all I wanted to come up and say.
Could I add to that bit on a completely separate subject? My child was groomed on this app. I know Bruce knows this. Sorry, he wasn't groomed on this app. He was groomed on a PlayStation app. And I went to the police. I got all the evidence screenshots. I've got his phone number. I've got where he lives. Unfortunately, he's in Denmark, but speaks excellent English. I've got his cars. I've got his car registration numbers. I've been able to find out all of this. And South Wales Police have been absolutely ridiculous. I reported this in August. Still, I am chasing them every 2 weeks for an update. Nothing has been done. And this man went from talking about, he pretended he was a woman, first of all. It was me that found out that he was actually a man. And he went within 1 page of chat from talking about the game to what he was doing to himself. So sometimes the police don't do anything.
But that's the same though, Tiger. That's what I'm saying on here.
Yeah.
When you don't give it air, people and it's wrong how they're not doing anything. It's really wrong. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? But when you don't give people air, they're just going to end up with no breath and go away, sort of thing. But the more people's going on, they're making fake news because, listen, she's just another fucking parasite who clings onto him and giving all this exposure all the time. And they'll keep doing these messages, sending them out to the right people so it gets on your page, my Donna. Just cut it out, cut it out. There's enough of him going on the app, so why should he have a platform with 5,500 people on to keep mentioning him and his dirty little overcharged call girl on here? End of.
100%, pal. I think you've hit the nail on the head. And if you look at their behaviours, you really look at their behaviours, their narrative changes dependent on what people are saying. It really does. It changes on a dime. It really does change on a dime. And anybody that is in here that is a supporter of the people that we're talking about, I would really, really encourage you to actually watch back at some of the videos in which they've been trying to deliver emotive subjects and just pay attention to the emotion in the voice and the body language, because there is none. There is no care. There is no emotion. It is an act. It is purely an act. It is like watching EastEnders unfold over Christmas. It really is. It's like every episode is a Christmas special.
We're all playing into it as well. Yeah. So we're the audience and we're giving them the views and putting them up on the ranks and everything just by being invested in what's going on when it's a heap of fucking shite and they're just two parasites. End of. That's it. So you should be everybody fucking black out the beasts and his little overcharged call girl. Black them out.
I completely agree.
I agree.
That's the only way you can do it, because even if you go in and say something in their lives, you can self-censor on here. Yes. You can make sure that the only thing that anybody ever sees when you go onto your page is really, really positive, even if you're the worst person in the world. So there's no point in trying to go into their lives or go onto their comment section to incriminate them, because it's just not going to work. They just delete it and censor it.
Don't waste your time. Don't you waste your time. And also, just to jump on what Pearl was saying about an overcharged call girl, she has to send the money back, so he keeps getting refunds as well, so she can't be that great.
I mean, that's just the worst of the worst, isn't it? I mean, that's embarrassing.
You have to ask for your uni back.
Don't they lose loads of money by sending unis to each other?
Yeah, they do, which is brilliant, because then if we follow Pearl, if we just block them out, don't even bother going in there, eventually the only person laughing at the end will be TikTok's bank account, because they'll be like, thank you, these two, because you've been sending unis back and forth, we've been taking 70% each time, thank you for the new yacht we've just bought, but you two are now irrelevant because you've ran out of money, because you can only gift each other because no one else is gifting you anymore.
Exactly.
That's how we get them off.
Last night he was so desperate, he was battling two people that didn't even speak English. And we're totally ignoring him.
Good.
So his box battles are falling.
Yeah. But money's a universal language.
I did see that.
Yeah. He just needs off the app. He needs to be improved.
I tell you what, I think Pearl's spot on. Let's just take the air away from him. But if you feel like you're going to go in there because you're too nosy and you're going to block them, because then they won't even come up as an option. If you block them, you'll never see them again. You can be happy. And also, the other thing I do want to say, while there's loads of people in here, go hunting for the good creators. There's so many out there who get overlooked because there's this drama, and it's so unfair, because there's people on here for amazing reasons who actually deserve the amount of support that Diageo and Sophie get.
Mine's just dog videos.
Right, guys. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to have to, wind the live down now because it's nearly 12 o'clock. But
I need to go gym.
Oh, get on it, darling. I hope that everybody's enjoyed the live and understand where I'm coming from with having, such a popular, room in the morning. I just feel like the more that we're constantly speaking about them, the more that they are personally thriving from it. So we'll have a think and we'll have a talk behind the scenes, and then we'll come back and let you know. But I'm sick of speaking about them, to be honest. I really am sick of speaking about these pair of wrong guns and everybody that's surrounding them, like the Chantels and the King Diageo account and all of it. I'm just sick of it. At the end of the day, Just the Kents. I just not the right word. But thank you guys for jumping in the box. One man in a caravan. Tiger and Bruce.
No, thank you for having me on. I really do.
Thank you.
By the way, guys, Ash is okay. Ash is okay. Everyone's asking.
Is he okay?
He is okay. He had to go take a COVID test. Yeah.
So, everybody, me thoughts today. Don't be an overcharged call girl. Stop being a Kent and let's have a morning service for the Kents on the app, basically the little fucking rats, the parasites, and we'll have all the overcharged call girls. He is signing out. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. My Donna, I'll phone you in a bit, me baby, because I've got something to tell you.
Oh,
gossip.
Oh, Pearl, you know I love the gossip. I'll speak to you soon.
Hey, my one man in a van, lovely seeing you again. Tiger, nice seeing you. And my Bruce, always a pleasure. But everybody have a lovely day, and you'll see us tonight. Who am I going to be taking the piss out of tonight? What this space. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Pearl. Bye, darling. Bye.
Thank you for having me on. I'll drop out now, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Tiger. Thank you, Bruce. Always a pleasure. And thank you. One man in his caravan. Lovely to meet you, darling.
And you have an amazing day and look after yourself.
Bye, sweetheart. Bye.